Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Breaking news for you. Debretsion Gebremichael, TPLF chairman, head of TPLF Debretsion wing, is in Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. A meeting between the Ethiopian PM and Debretsion is expected. The question is, what is going to be the message from federal government for the TPLF, Debretsion? And did TPLF consult the federal government on any level before making yesterday's big decisions? Is Getachew going to receive any support from federal government or not? So let's start with firstly, yes, it has been almost confirmed that TPLF Debretsion wing chairman Debretsion Gebremichael has been invited to Addis Ababa. Reportedly, he has arrived in Addis Ababa, the Ethiopian capital, where a high-level meeting is expected between the TPLF chairman and the Ethiopian PM. By the way, we know that this new episode of heightened political tensions began yesterday in Tigray when TPLF Debretsion issued a statement. Uh, in its statement, TPLF Debretsion fired 13 officials of Tigray interim government and Tigray governors, and they appointed their own men, their parties men, to these positions. TPLF Debretsion fired Getchau as well, that Getchau cannot work, he cannot lead. Then came counter statement from the interim president, interim administration. Getchau group refused to step down. It announced to start legal action on TPLF. Then late at night, Tigray security forces issued a statement saying that they won't allow any disorder, any instability arising out of the two statements. Federal government did not issue any statement. So federal government has not taken any position so far. It does not want to jump to conclusions. It wants to resolve this issue, it seems. That is why federal government invited Debretsion to Addis Ababa. Now, how does the federal government want to solve this issue? Does it want to stay neutral? Does it want to take sides? Does it want to give a shut up call to the Debretsion group? First of all, Debretsion group did not talk to the federal government about its decisions made yesterday. The federal government officials confirmed that TPLF did not contact federal government on any level. Firstly. Secondly, the federal government says TPLF does not have the authority to decide what it decided yesterday. TPLF cannot appoint governors to zones of Tigray. TPLF cannot appoint a new. TPLF cannot fire Getchau because Getchau, when he was appointed as the interim president, notification was issued by the federal government. PM Abiy signed his appointment order. TPLF as a political party cannot fire Getchau. Technically as well, legally as well, Getchau cannot be fired by TPLF. He can only be fired the authority which appointed him. TPLF can only contact the federal government. It can ask the federal government to change Getchau. It can write to federal government. It can communicate with the federal government. This is what federal government's position is. But maybe TPLF Debretsion knows that if it contacted federal government, it would not receive any positive response. Or in order to put pressure upon the federal government, TPLF made the decision of firing Getachew and 13 other government officials. This is the federal government's position so far. Getchau has made some serious blunders. The man fought in the 2-year-long war. Debretsion, Getchau, Varede, Sadkan all stood up and they fought. They did not flee the region. They went through a lot. And Getchau wasted his entire struggle by being misguided. I think he was misguided. He was told that he can continue as interim president. PM Abiy was appointed as interim prime minister, and later he just dissolved EPRDF. He formed Prosperity Party. Now he is the man in charge, and he'll be here for maybe decades. In Somalia, regional states, presidents on extension. So I think he was misguided by his advisors that he can continue as interim president. TPLF cannot remove him. Rather, he can dismantle TPLF and maybe he can create TPLF of his own. So whatever he achieved during the war by standing with Tigray people, with TPLF, with TDF, he's wasted that. He can only survive if federal government supports him and Tigray security forces support him. Federal government cannot keep Getchau in power indefinitely now. Debretsion Abiy meeting will be held. Definitely will try to update you in coming videos. I think federal government will try to buy time because the Debretsion wing is clear. It does not want to see Getchau in power. It has made it clear. It wants to remove Getchau. Federal government cannot outrightly say no. If it says no, then there is no need of talks between the federal government and the Debretsion. Federal government can issue a statement and tell the Debretsion group that no, Getchau will remain in power. No one can remove him. No statement. Federal government, I think, will try to buy some time. It will tell the Debretsion that Debretsion group should write to the federal government, and federal government will consider what to do. Meanwhile, the federal government could start taking action on TPLF leaders if it wants to back Getchau and if it wants Getchau to lead Tigray. This is what could happen. I'm not saying it's based on information from inside, but I think this is what could happen. We're waiting for information from the meeting between Debretsion and senior Prosperity Party members, senior federal government officials. Hopefully, we'll update you in coming videos. Thank you for watching.